Morning. Here we go. Okay. IKS, Irma Kaye Sawyer, live with the Cosmic Weather Full Moon Equinox Report. How's everybody doing? Good morning. I think I can see better without the glasses, actually. My eyes are at that interesting phase where they like change every 2 months. Anyway. Good morning, everybody. This is what I'm doing now. I'm going to just be doing the report and not a Q&A. I will do my best to come back and answer questions on the feed, okay? So this is just going to be my report. Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm just going to be doing my report, and then I can answer some questions later, possibly on the feed. I want to give a shout out. Okay, this is better. It is better with the glasses. I am going to give a shout out to the new folks that subscribed on my YouTube channel, and I can't remember the address right now, but I'll post that link if you'd like to follow on the YouTube channel. I appreciate that. Okay, so I'm just going to get right into it. Got my notes like you do. I usually just kind of let it rip, but hi, good morning. Thanks for taking time to show up, everybody. I appreciate it. This is a pretty exceptional equinox full moon for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to tell you about that. And I know there's been a lot of posts, a lot of people have been talking about this, but I've got another little cosmic insight, little tidbit that I don't think everybody knows about. So I'm going to share that with you. If somebody could let me know, hi Shasta, am I coming in loud and clear? You know, we're doing this in Mercury retrograde, so I just got to ask. So, let me know. Could somebody give me a thumbs up that the sound is good and that you can see me and hear me? Okay, I'd really, I'd appreciate that if you could do that. Okay, I'm gonna just keep going. Okay, you're giving me thumbs up. Okay, great, thank you. I just wanna make sure that it's all good. Thanks, Ivy. Thanks, everybody. Okay, whew, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give a little update on what's happening with the current astrology, what we're dealing with right now, a little brief report on that, and then I'm going to go into the full moon and the equinox and what that's all about, because it is big stuff, y'all. Big stuff. Yay! I'm sure you're feeling it. You're also feeling all of that water, which a lot of people have been telling me, like, I feel kind of waterlogged. I could use some fire up in here. Or some earth. It has been pretty intense with all of those planets in Pisces. And hi, thanks for letting me know. For people just jumping on now, I am not going to do a Q&A on the feed here live. I will go back and try to answer your questions. Also for the YouTube people, thank you very much for following me over at YouTube. If you have questions there, I will try to respond to those today or tomorrow also. Okay, so thank you so much. Hey, thanks for popping on, everybody. How you doing? Happy full moon day. So what we're doing right now, the moon is still it's in Virgo. It's not in Libra yet. We don't have the equinox and the full moon until later, 6:30-ish, 6:43 Pacific time, okay? So today's a good day to, whistle while you work. It's a Virgo moon. It's productive. It's like get stuff done. This is why it was a good time for me to, to go live and share this with you, because the actual window of the equinox is a lot more inward. It's a lot more quiet. People, starseeds, light workers, shaman, people of all this ilk. This is definitely our time, our moon. It's a really powerful portal. So what was I talking about? Okay. Mercury retrograde, told y'all it was going to be tricky. It's in Pisces. They're always tricky. Thanks for showing up. You just got to keep your humor. We've got exactly like a week left. Well, tomorrow, yeah, it's the 28th. We have 8 days left of this particular retrograde, and I like to ignore the shadow as best I can, because I'm getting on an airplane after, actually it'll still be in the shadow, but it'll be direct, so that'll be fun. Okay, so looking at my notes. April, I'll get into that later. You guys knew me. I tend to just report on the energy that's right now because that's the intel I receive. I don't look that far in the future. We can kind of look at April like next week and when it's here, okay? Hey, thanks for showing up, everybody. I appreciate it. This will be available at my YouTube channel for people that, don't fret if you weren't able to be here live. It'll be all over the place. It'll be at Cosmic Weather. It'll be at my channel. Okay, what are we talking about? Libra Aries dynamic. Sun's moving into Aries. Yay! And also happy International Astrology Day, everyone. Yay! We love astrology. And I want to give a shout out to all my wonderful astrologer friends that are here at Facebook, sharing in the work with me. Mwah, love you. Thank you for your inspiration. So yay for Astrology Day. I love that they do that. It tends to fall on Equinox. That's really cool. So let's talk about this. Libra, Aries, me versus we, cardinal energy. It's not effing around. Both of those energies are very powerful and very strong and can be very stubborn in their own way. Hello. So Aries, right, is martial. It's the seed. It's the brand new. So this is why it's going to be fall equinox for our folks in the southern hemisphere. So we have to wish you happy fall equinox to Oz and South Africa and those folks down there. But for us here, it's spring. It's the spring equinox, right? So basically, we've been in the introspective, in the hibernation. It's been incredibly cold here for winter. Like, we had a real winter here. It snowed twice in 1 week, which it hasn't done that in, I don't know, someone said it was over 20 years. So on that note, wonky weather is associated with Uranus and Taurus, which we have now. So not to be a harbinger of doom, but that's just what's going on. You know, we just have to steel up and we have to help our brothers and sisters and do what we can. You know, tornadoes, cyclones, hurricanes, blizzards. These are all aspects that are associated with Uranus and Taurus, which do shake things up on a physical level at times. I gave a whole teaching on this in the Cosmic Weather group, so I'm not going to get into that right now. But there's also some interesting things going on just to share about that. About its second house, its resources is Taurus. So whenever you have Uranus there, this is, you know, the thing about the side hustle, people having different jobs, people like having a different, maybe not working a 40-hour week or maybe structuring it differently. People like me who are entrepreneurs that, you know, well, I work too much. I'm a Capricorn. I'm working on that this year. But, you know, kind of doing it differently, a little more unstructured. So that's kind of what we're looking at with Uranus and Taurus. Besides environmental changes, we're looking at changes not only on how we make a buck. Not only that, we're looking at changes on how we live. Tiny house movement, people that are buying RVs, people that are like not staying in one place, downsizing. What is it? That's why I think Marie, I can't remember her name, I'm sorry, but the tidying up woman who's fantastic. If it does not bring joy, get rid of it, right? It's good. If we're not using it and it's cluttering up and making bad feng shui for us and someone else could use it, then move it on down the road. This is perfect example of Uranus and Taurus. Basically getting down to the brass tacks. What do we need to be comfortable? We don't need all this stuff. And also, could somebody else benefit from this item? I'm really big on recycling and donating. That's fantastic, right? Hi. Thanks for being here. Good morning. Okay, went off on a little tangent. I'm coming back now. Equinox, brand new beginning, turn of the wheel, new season, all of that good stuff. The really important thing about this is that this is the third supermoon in a row at 0 degrees, which is like, that's exactly what it implies. It is 0 point. It is a reset of some pretty epic proportion. Even though this is a full moon, it's going to have a new moon kind of vibe to it. And in some ways, okay, because it's at 0 degrees. We're going to have the sun at 0 Aries. We're going to have the moon at 0 Libra, okay? So we need to take advantage of this, right? This is really, really like a leveling up, right? It's a portal. Thinking about that a little bit when we go through these environment, you know, these energetic shifts, they always feel really drying to the body to me. Like I'm just like drinking lots of water. Like our cells are really soaking it up. There's a lot going on a cellular level. Because people ask me that a lot too. Like what can we do to make this a little more comfortable? Sleep, you know, that's always a tough one. Get to sleep when you can. If you have to nap or, you know, whatever, you know, sometimes in periods like this, we're not really looking at going a 6 to 8 hour stretch with this much cosmic energy. If you can sleep, good for you. Herbal sleep remedies have been my friend. I also have some hormonal, I have some shifting going on over here that affects my sleep also. So I've been looking into stuff like that, and that does help. But in these kind of portal periods, they do affect your sleep. That's just a fact. So if you can nap, catch a little cat nap, that's good. Okay. And also water, water, water. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, sleeping. We need it. Thanks for being here. Hi. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about why this moon is so powerful and so fascinating. Okay, we haven't had a super moon on the equinox in 19 years. So you guys, let's grok on that for a little bit. Okay, that's a big deal right there. But we've got these two things that are considered part of our cosmic astrology. We've got galactic center, which is a black hole in the center of the Milky Way that affects us directly. It's at 26 Sagittarius. People that are familiar with my work know that I'm very familiar with galactic center because it's conjunct my Mercury. This is why am able to do what I do. People with cosmic weather reporting skills, a lot of us have some kind of aspect or something going on with galactic center in some way, whether it be Sun, Mercury, something like that, okay? So I'm very familiar with that energy. Okay, so, and like I said, I'm going to go back and look at the feed and respond to people because I just kind of have to let it rip because I am tired today. There's, a lot going on over here. So, I'm a little undercaffeinated too. That's another thing is I find that these do make your body very sensitive. So, not saying like don't do any caffeine or anything or do anything, do it radically, but like I have to do less. I have to up the water. Just pay attention to what your body's telling you to do right now. Hi, good morning, everybody. So we were talking about galactic center. We've also got something called super galactic center. This is a black hole, not only at the center of the Milky Way, it's at the center of the freaking galaxy. People keep popping on saying they want to be in my video. Sorry, I think that might be a mistake. I think you just want to watch the video. So I'm just going to ignore those. Anyway, what were we talking about? Super galactic center. It is at 2 degrees of Libra, okay? And that is in tropical astrology. The aspect is different in sidereal, but it's still in Libra. What does this mean? And I'm not going to get too technical. I don't do that. I put a little bit of this stuff out there there's some astrologers that do watch this, and I want to put that out there for them. But I'm not one to, overwhelm people with a lot of technical information. Okay, so you don't get that at Cosmic Weather. But I am going to share what I think is essential for you to kind of illustrate the point. So that being said, to Libra, supergalactic center, okay? That means the moon is conjunct supergalactic center for 2.5 days. The moon stays in a sign for 2.5 days. As the moon progresses, it will also move forward in degrees. So when you have a conjunction, typically there's also controversy on this, but traditionally a conjunction is 10 degrees. Okay, we're going to go with like the tried and true traditional astrological interpretation is a conjunction is 10 degrees. So that being said, we will have moon conjunct supergalactic center for the duration of this equinox portal. This is important information. And this is especially important for people that have been working their stuff, that are dropping, becoming aware of their wounding, trying to drop this stuff, moving through it, all of that good stuff, leveling up. This is what's so beautiful about this. And it just like makes the hairs on my arm stand up. The supergalactic center is the aspect, it's related to soul retrieval. So dig that. You can either go to a person that's a professional shaman. I'm going to give a shout out to my my sister Kelly Kessler, who does that work. I used to do that work. I'm actually on a little reprieve from client sessions until April. So I would recommend if you do want a facilitator to help you with this type of work that you get a hold of a qualified practitioner, whether it be energetic work, or whether it be a different tradition like shamanic type of work. this is really powerful stuff. So we basically have the moon, which is our emotional body, which is where a lot of this wounding, you know, it tends to affect. Of course, it kind of trickles down. It's a trickle down effect when you have karma, when you have trauma or a negative, negative experience. Okay, so we do need to address it at the area of the emotional body. Okay, getting one soon. See, this is great. Good for you. Yay, Kylie, that's great. This is a wonderful opportunity for people. Another thing that's really, really powerful is we've got Chiron in Aries now. Chiron, of course, has to do with the wound, personally and collectively. Aries, and this is, I can completely relate to this. This was so my younger life with the Virgo, stellium, straight no chaser generation. A lot of us folks have this. Virgo, excessive Virgo is like sitting in the back of the room, putting everybody's needs before you, having crappy boundaries. I know you guys can relate to this. Some of you, all of that stuff. It's a negation of the self. It's like somehow a thought or some kind of thought form got in there for whatever reason that we didn't matter. That was certainly my environment growing up. That was out pictured in my environment. I had a lot of work to do on that. That was what my 30s were about, like straight up. It was real. I had a spiritual teacher, as you guys have heard me mention, that I worked with for 9 years. And it was very painful and really hard, but I'm so grateful, so grateful. I have Jupiter in Taurus, which means that I have blessings around teachers, and that's been very true around spiritual teachers. So back to this, Chiron in Aries is about healing the negation wound. Okay, I'm gonna say it again: healing the negation wound, as in you have a right to be here. Absolutely, you chose to be here. You are loved, you're important, you're contributing, all of that good stuff. All those voices that tell you, that's not true, that suggest otherwise, they're BS. They're completely not true. And I think the Keeper said it really well, and other people have said this too, but just we're gonna turn down the volume on those voices. That to me is what, Ram Dass talks about this too, who's an Aries, bless him. He talks a lot about turning down those voices that are less than love, turning up the truth of who we are, which are beings of love and light and consciousness and bliss, right? Do we always live in high consciousness and bliss? No, we don't. That's just part of duality. That's part of 3D. That's part of being here. That's part of our experience, right? But basically, healing is it's not about throwing away stuff or eradicating things. Yeah, good stuff. It's really about putting it all in the pot, right? It's all about what the Keepers call radical self-acceptance. All of these things make up the unique being that we are, right? So it's not about we're not going to resist it. We're not going to judge it and eradicate it and resist it. We're just going to turn up the volume of the truth, which is that we are beings of love, light, bliss, abundance, all of this stuff. So another thing I found that comes along with what the negation aspect, or the negation wound, as I called it, is lack of love, lack of abundance, inadequate employment, underemployment. All of these things can come up when we're not rocking our right to exist, right? So this is another thing that's coming up. We have Sun conjunct Chiron in Aries, which is about healing the negation wound. It's about the I am. When you and think about it, I'm going to go back to Brother Ram Dass again, who, he gave me a hug in 1993 that I can still feel, that's the field, that's the energy field that a being like that is hanging out in. And that's the potential. That's the potential that we all have, right? So I love this. I love this equinox for so many reasons, but I really wanted to share the ones with you that I thought were the most important. And I think it's those. I think it's about healing any, BS around our right to be here and our right to exist. Okay. Another thing to mention about Libra, let's go back to that Libra conjunct supergalactic center. This can bring extremes in relationships. And we also know, it's interesting, when you have an aspect like this, it almost is like an eclipse in its power, okay? You're welcome. Thanks for being here. It isn't an eclipse, but it kind of serves as an ending, right? Because full moons can be endings. A lot of times that's what they're associated with. This one is a little tricky and different because it's at 0 degrees, which is a beginning. So this full moon has both aspects to it. It has the new moon and the full moon contained within it, which is, and it's really powerful because it's at the equinox, which is a brand new cycle, turn of the wheel. Okay, so what does this all mean for you? This means that we're going to bring our highest intentions, highest healing and loving intentions into this portal. How long does the portal last? Someone's asking me that. Moons are in a sign for 2.5 days. So, safe to say, as long as the moon is still in Libra, which it will be for 2.5 days, this portal will be active, but it'll be active even longer than that, because it's the equinox and there's just all of this power, traveling with it because it's a portal. But as far as like effects, it's going to linger on into the weekend, well into the weekend. But as far as the window itself, for people that want to do ritual work, it's now, it's open. But really, like, if you want to get precise, it's tonight, I believe 6:43 Pacific time, is exactly when that moon is full in Libra, when you'll have that aspect, okay? The sun moves into Aries earlier. It's this afternoon. I don't know the exact time. It's around 3 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so starting 3 p.m. Pacific, it's going to start ramping up, okay? And then when we get into the evening, like for people that are doing ritual work for the solstice, this evening is the night to do it. Want to give a couple of plugs. My other gig, I'm a crystal mom at Bright Star Emporium. That is a group here at Facebook. I'm going to post the link. We have great high vibe crystals and we have beautiful authentic Andaras right now. We have crystal skulls. We have Lemurians, always below retail price, always blessed, kept in a high vibe environment before they're shipped to you. Okay, don't have any crap from other countries, and no cheap Chinese crap from factories. I have really good stuff where I know the people that mine, and we also use ethically mined crystals as often as possible. So I want to give a little plug for that. The other thing I want to give a plug for is I do give forecasts still, but they're in my private group, which is the Cosmic Weather Members Group. You can get full access to this group at only $22 a month. Help support your local Cosmic Weather girl. I'd appreciate that very much. Oh, thank you. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for coming on today. You love my crystals. Yeah, Emporium people are the best. We have so much fun over there. I got to give a shout out to the Emporium. Oh, look at all this love. Thank you. That fills my heart. That feels great. Thanks, you guys. Emporium people are great. We have so much fun. And also, we have really a lot of fun at Cosmic Weather members, too. Astrology crystal people, kind of like dog and cat people. They're pretty cool. So, I want to see if there's anything else in my notes that I need to tell you about. Give me just a minute. This moon is going to be subtle and not subtle at the same time. Okay? Cardinal energy is not subtle, usually. It can be, it's not as stubborn as fixed energy, which can be like intractable, like I'm not moving. It's not really like that, but you're welcome. It definitely has a point of view. Let's put it that way. All the Aries and Libras that are watching this, you know what I'm talking about. I have an Aries moon. It has a point of view. And sometimes it really wants to be heard. So, that being said, whatever wants to be heard within you, please listen. Because we are still at the very tail end degrees of Sun and Pisces. This Sun and Pisces was such a deep dive. I knew it would be. It was not easy in places at all. But I think it's golden. I think this Pisces season has been absolutely golden because of the gifts that it's brought us, right? Oh, thanks, you guys. Yeah, thanks for the, Kathy Gordon, if you guys live in Orange County, she's at Ricardo's Hair Design. Thanks for the compliment. She does a great job on that. So I will let you go. Bright blessings to everybody. It's my strong intention that everybody have a beautifully blessed equinox and full moon as we start this new turn of the wheel, this new season together. Okay, so it's spring equinox for us, it's fall equinox for our friends down under, and what else? Love ya. Stay in the light and the love. Namaste. Cosmic Weather Girl signing off. Bye-bye.